Hey everyone, and welcome to the Grow Hemp series. Today, we'll be doing a basic indoor grow with a cherry blossom medicinal hemp feminized seed. For this grow log, we'll be going back to the basics with a simple indoor seed to harvest grow. And here we'll be starting out with a cherry blossom hemp seed, which is a high CBD medicinal hemp strain. To start out, we'll be germinating the seeds in rapid rooters under a compact fluorescent lamp. And now that the seeds are germinated, it's time to transplant them. For this grow, I'll be using a fabric pot filled with a mixture of potting soil and perlite. I put in 2 seedlings into the pot to start because I was waiting for some grow supplies to arrive for the second seedling. So in the meantime, I'll just start it in this pot as well. This grow is housed in a 3x3x6 grow tent, although I'm only using about 1/4 of the tent space for this plant. For the grow light, I'm using a 2 chip-on-board LED light that's more than enough to support this plant and any other plants that I place in this tent. As for the exhaust fan, I'm utilizing an inline fan with speed controls to be able to keep the noise down, and attached to the fan, I've included a carbon filter to contain the grow smells to just the grow tent, and then ducting to move the exhausted air outside. The only other thing in the tent is a temperature and humidity reader, and also a clip-on fan attached to a pole of the tent that's able to provide a breeze to the plant to help support stronger stems and also to prevent mold and mildew from building up. For this plant, I'm going to just let it grow naturally with no training techniques to see how the strain naturally grows. And it's also nice to do a super simple grow once in a while, although adding any sort of growing techniques will definitely increase the yield, as you'll see in the next grow log, which will cover the second plant that was originally growing alongside this one. The plant took an unusually long time to start growing in size, and I'm not sure if that's because of the soil mix I used or if it's just this seed in particular, but once it started to show new vegetative growth, it started to grow at a good pace. For feeding the plant in the vegetative stage, I used a 1-part powder grow fertilizer at half of the recommended dosage every watering, and other than watering the plant every few days once the soil was dry, I didn't have to do anything else. I was going to be out of town for a while, so I just took a bucket of nutrient water, threw in a water pump connected to a drip line running once a day on a mechanical timer, so that I could automatically feed my plants for a couple of days until I was back. The grow lights were also originally set to an 18 and 6 hour light cycle to maintain the plants in the vegetative stage. And now that the plant is a little larger, I'm switching a light to a 12 hour cycle to initiate the flowering stage. At this point, the plant will do a final stretch in growth before the plant completely stops growing in height. The plant will also stop producing new leaves, and instead start producing flowers. When switching to the flowering stage, I also switched from a grow fertilizer to a bloom fertilizer, which is higher in phosphorus to help support flower growth. The flowers are now fully visible, and over the next month, we'll just wait for the flowers to grow denser and denser, producing the trichomes that contain the CBD. The plant is now ready for harvest, so I just first remove all of the large fan leaves before cutting off each individual stem. I then trimmed off any of the leaves that don't have any trichomes on them before hang them all up to dry. And that's it. Like the content? Then be sure to check out our beginner's guide to creating CBD products from scratch. Available at Amazon in print and digital, with links in the description below. You can also find us at hempinapot.com.